Imagine standing at a fork in the road. On one side, a job market that feels like a rip current, dragging you down with fierce competition, rising costs, and skills gaps. On the other, a massive wave of opportunity with hundreds of thousands of job vacancies across Australia just waiting for you to jump in. So, what's it gonna be? Will you let the current win? Or will you paddle out and ride that wave? Here's the truth. 7 out of 10 Aussies feel stuck, unsure how to crack this market. But it doesn't have to be you. Welcome to Mercado de Trabalho na Austrália, Desafios e Perspectivas. We're diving headfirst into the Australian labor market, its hurdles, its hidden gems, and the exact steps you can take to come out on top. Whether you're pulling espressos in Melbourne, swinging a hammer in Perth, or running meetings in Sydney, finding a job can feel tougher than scoring a park at Bondi on a public holiday, but we're here to flip the script. Think of your career like hiking the Blue Mountains. It's a slog, sometimes foggy, but every step brings you closer to a view that'll stop you in your tracks. We're not just throwing numbers at you, though we've got plenty, like the millions of Aussies working casual gigs or the industries screaming for skilled workers. We're sharing stories, unpacking strategies, and handing you a playbook to take charge. From nailing job applications to upskilling for roles in tech, healthcare, or trades, we've got your back. Here's the deal. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with a clear plan to tackle the job market, whether you're after a fatter paycheck, a fresh start, or a total career glow-up. But there's a catch. One mistake most Aussies make that's costing them big time. Stick with us to find out what it is. Ready to jump in? Let's make this the moment you stop drifting and start surfing the job market. Drop a comment. What's the biggest hurdle you're facing in your job hunt right now? Let's kick this off together. Let's paint a picture. You're scrolling Seek on your phone, sipping a flat white at a cafe in Fitzroy, and the job listings feel like a maze. Or maybe you're a tradie in Brisbane, sweating through a long day, wondering if there's a better gig out there. Perhaps you're in Perth, staring at a laptop, trying to pivot from an office job to something with more spark. Sound familiar? The Australian job market can feel like wrestling a croc. Tough, unpredictable, and a bit bloody daunting. But here's the thing. You're not alone, and this isn't your fault. Let's talk real for a sec. The cost of living is biting hard. A loaf of bread at Coles is pushing $5. Rent in Sydney's eating half your pay, and don't even get me started on Avo on toast. Meanwhile, industries like mining, retail, and even tech are screaming for workers. Yet somehow, it feels like every job wants a PhD and 10 years experience just to pour coffee. Data backs this up. Over a third of Aussie occupations are facing skills shortages, especially in healthcare, trades, and IT. And with casual and gig work making up nearly a quarter of jobs, plenty of folks are stuck in a cycle of insecure shifts, barely scraping by. Meet Sarah, a 28-year-old from Adelaide. She's a retail worker, juggling 2 jobs to cover rent and her HECS debt. She loves her morning surf at Glenelg, but lately, she's too knackered to hit the waves. Sarah's dream? A stable job in marketing. Something that lets her use her uni degree and still have time for a Barbie with mates. But every application feels like shouting into the void. Then there's Tom, a 45-year-old Sparky in Cairns. He's been in the game for years, but new tech like solar panel systems is changing the trade faster than he can keep up. He's worried. Will his skills still cut it in a few years? And don't forget Lisa, a 62-year-old HR manager in Hobart. She's eyeing semi-retirement, but wants a part-time consulting gig to keep her sharp and pay for that dream caravan trip around the Nullarbor. These stories hit home because they're us, our mates, our families, our neighbors. The struggle is real, whether you're starting out, mid-career, or planning your next chapter. Maybe you're battling self-doubt, thinking, I'm not qualified enough, or who's gonna hire me at my age? Maybe you're just tired of the grind, wondering if there's a way to work smarter, not harder. Here's the truth. The system's tough, but it's not rigged. You can break through. Sarah, Tom, and Lisa did, and we're gonna show you how. Let's Zoom out. Australia's job market is like the outback, vast, full of surprises, and rewarding if you know where to look. The ASX 200's been chugging along with steady growth, propping up industries like mining and finance. But global shifts, think automation, AI, and green energy, are shaking things up. Healthcare's booming, with demand for nurses and aged care workers skyrocketing. Tech's hot, with cybersecurity and data analytics roles popping up faster than snags on a grill. Even trades are evolving. Think electricians specializing in EV charging stations. But here's the flip side. Retail and hospitality are still shaky, with casual jobs offering little security. And for every job ad, you're up against a stack of applicants, especially in cities like Melbourne and Sydney. So, what's holding us back? It's not just the market. It's the stories we tell ourselves. I'm too old to retrain. I can't afford to upskill. The good jobs are all in the city. These are like anchors dragging us down. But what if you could ditch those anchors? What if you could turn your skills, your grit, your Aussie hustle into a career that lights you up? That's where we're headed next. Practical, no BS strategies to crack the job market, whether you're chasing a promotion, a side hustle, or a whole new path. Before we dive in, here's a quick challenge. Grab a pen and jot down one thing you love about your work, or one thing you'd change if you could. Hold on to that thought, it's your starting point. Stick with us, because up next, we're unpacking the tools to make that change real. And trust me, you won't want to miss the one trick that got Sarah her dream job in under a month. Comment below. What's the one job market hurdle you're facing right now? Let's keep this convo rolling. All right, mates. We've laid out the lay of the land. The Australian job market's a bit like wrestling a salty in the surf, but it's not unbeatable. Now let's get to the good stuff. The practical, no-nonsense strategies to help you not just survive but thrive. Whether you're a young gun starting out, a mid-career pro looking for a leg up, or someone eyeing a smoother path to retirement, we're diving into 4 actionable steps to crack the job market, with examples, challenges, and a few tricks to keep you ahead of the pack. Grab a cuppa, because this is where the rubber hits the road. Strategy 1. Supercharge your job applications. First up, let's talk about getting your foot in the door. The average job ad on Seek gets hundreds of applications, so yours needs to stand out like a Vegemite toastie at a Barbie. The secret? Tailor everything, your resume, your cover letter, even your LinkedIn profile, to the job. Sounds basic, but most Aussies blast out generic CVs and wonder why they're ghosted. Take Sarah from Adelaide, our retail worker from earlier. She was applying for marketing roles but getting nowhere. Then she started customizing her resume for each job, pulling keywords from the ad, like social media strategy or campaign analytics, and weaving them into her experience. She also wrote a cover letter that told a story. How her retail gigs taught her to read customers, a skill she'd bring to marketing. Within 3 weeks, she landed an interview with a small agency in Norwood. By the next month, she had a job offer. Here's how you do it. Step 1. Read the job ad like it's a treasure map. Highlight skills, qualifications, and buzzwords. Step 2. Match your experience to those keywords. Did you manage a team? Call it led cross-functional projects if the ad uses that lingo. Step 3. Write a cover letter that's half story, half pitch. Start with a hook, like why you're passionate about the industry, then prove you've got the goods. Step 4. Optimize your LinkedIn. Use a professional headshot, no selfies with your dog, and make your headline pop, like marketing. Enthusiast, driving brand growth. Quick challenge, pull up a job ad you like right now. Write down 3 keywords from it. That's your starting point for a tailored application. Pause the video if you need to. Go on, we'll wait. Strategy 2. Upskill like a pro. Next, let's talk skills. The job market's changing faster than the weather in Melbourne, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Industries like tech, healthcare, and green energy are desperate for workers, but they want specific skills. Think coding, aged care certifications, or solar tech know-how. The good news? You don't need a fancy degree to get started. Take Tom, our Sparky from Cairns. He was worried his electrical skills were getting stale as solar and EV tech took off. So, he enrolled in a short TAFE course on renewable energy systems. Fully online, done in 3 months. Cost him a couple of grand, but within 6 months, he was working on solar installations, earning 20% more. You can do this too. Here's the plan. Step 1. Identify high-demand skills in your field. Check sites like joboutlook.gov.au for hot industries. Nursing, cybersecurity, and construction are booming. Step 2. Find accessible training. TAFE, Udemy, and Coursera offer courses from $50 to a few thousand. Some are even free, like Google's digital marketing cert. Step 3. Start small. Commit to 1 hour a week. A 6-week course could land you a cert that opens doors. Step 4. Showcase it. Add new skills to your LinkedIn and resume, and mention them in interviews. Here's a stat to chew on. Workers with specialized skills earn up to 15% more than those without. That's extra cash for a Bali trip or a deposit on a ute. Challenge. Time. Search for one course in your field today. Bookmark it and comment below what you found. Strategy. 3. Network like an Aussie. Third, let's talk connections. In Australia, who you know can be as important as what you know. It's like getting a good spot at the MCG on Grand Final Day. Networking isn't schmoozing in a suit. It's building relationships that open doors. Lisa, our HR manager from Hobart, wanted a part-time consulting gig. She started small, reached out to old colleagues on LinkedIn, grabbed coffee with a former boss, and attended a local business meetup. At one event, she chatted with a small firm owner who needed HR advice. That casual yarn turned into a 6-month contract, all because she showed up and was herself. Here's how to network without feeling like a sleaze. Step 1. Start with your circle. Message a former coworker or uni mate. Say, "Hey, I'm exploring new roles. Any tips?" Step 2. Join local events. Check meetup.com for industry gatherings in your city, like Tech Talks in Sydney or Trade Expos in Brissy. Step 3. Use LinkedIn right. Comment on posts, share insights, and send polite messages to recruiters or hiring managers. Step 4. Follow up. After a chat, send a quick note. Loved talking about Chakra topic. Let's stay in touch. Challenge. Reach out to one person in your network this week. Could be a quick DM or a coffee invite. Tell us in the comments who you're contacting. Strategy 4. Build a side hustle. Finally, let's talk about creating your own opportunities. The job market's tough, so why not be your own boss on the side? A side hustle can boost your income, build skills, and even turn into a full-time gig. Sarah, after landing her marketing job, started a side hustle creating social media content for local cafes. She used her phone, free tools like Canva, and skills from a $100 online course. Within a year, she was earning an extra $500 a month, enough to cover her rent. Tom, meanwhile, started teaching basic electrical safety workshops for community groups, pulling in a few $100 a weekend. Here's how to start. Step 1. Identify a skill you can monetize. Good at writing? Try freelance copywriting on Upwork. Handy with tools? Offer small repair jobs. Step 2. Test the waters. Start with one client or project. Use platforms like Airtasker or Fiverr to find gigs. Step 3. Market yourself. Post on local Facebook groups or create a simple Instagram page showcasing your work. Step 4. Scale up. Once you're earning, invest in tools or training to grow, like a website or better equipment. A side hustle's like planting a gum tree. Small now, but with time, it could shade your whole backyard. Challenge. Brainstorm one side hustle idea that fits your skills. Write it down and share it in the comments. Before we move on, let's wrap this up with a metaphor. Cracking the job market is like surfing at Bell's Beach. You've got to paddle hard, time your move, and ride the wave when it comes. These strategies, applications, upskilling, networking, and side hustles are your board, your wax, and your fins. Use them and you'll be carving up the market in no time. Stick around, because next, we're diving into long-term career planning, how to build a future that's as secure as a cold one in an esky. And you won't believe the one hack that, turned Lisa's part-time dream into a full-on reality. Comment. Which of these strategies are you trying first? Let's keep the momentum going. We've armed you with the tools to tackle the job market today. Tailored applications, upskilling, networking, and side hustles. But let's zoom out. Building a career isn't just about nailing the next job. It's about crafting a future that's as solid as a slab of two-hays at a Barbie. Think of it like sailing the Great Barrier Reef. You need a map, a steady hand, and a plan to weather the storms. In this part, we're diving into long-term career planning. How to create a sustainable path that gives you security, flexibility, and maybe even a few extra bucks for that dream surf trip to Margaret River. Let's get into it. Sustainability. Building a career that lasts. The job market's like the Aussie weather, sunny one day, stormy the next. To thrive long-term, you need a career that's adaptable, not a one-hit wonder. That means diversifying your skills and income streams so you're not left high and dry when industries shift. Take healthcare. It's growing faster than a queue at Bunnings on a Saturday, with roles like nursing and allied health projected to stay in demand. But even if you're in retail or admin, you can future-proof your career by adding transferable skills, like project management or digital literacy, that work anywhere. Let's revisit Tom, our Sparky from Cairns. After his TAFE course in renewable energy, he didn't stop there. He started learning basic project management through a free online course from Open Universities Australia. Now he's not just wiring solar panels. He's coordinating installation teams, a role that pays more and keeps him relevant as the industry evolves. The lesson? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. A diverse skill set is like a well-packed esky. Keeps you sorted no matter the situation. Here's how to build sustainability. Step 1. Audit your skills. Write down what you're good at. Hard skills, like coding or welding, and soft skills, like communication or problem solving. Step 2. Spot gaps. Check joboutlook.gov.au to see what's in demand in your industry. Missing something? Plan to learn it. Step 3. Diversify income. Keep your day job, but grow that side hustle or invest in a small course that opens new doors. Step 4. Stay curious. Read industry news, follow thought leaders on LinkedIn, and keep learning to stay ahead of trends. Quick challenge. List 3 skills you could add to your toolkit. Could be coding, leadership, or even public speaking. Comment below with one you're keen to learn. Setting long-term goals. Next, let's talk goals. A career without direction is like driving to Uluru without a GPS. You might get there, but it'll take ages and a lot of wrong turns. Long-term planning starts with knowing what you want. For Sarah, our Adelaide marketer, it was financial stability and time for weekend hikes. For Lisa, our Hobart HR pro, it was semi-retirement with enough income for travel. Your goal might be a corner office, a 4-day work week, or a tradie business that lets you knock off early for the footy. Here's a stat to ponder. Aussies who set clear career goals are 20% more likely to report job satisfaction. That's not just fluff. It's the difference between loving your Mondays and dreading them. So, How do you set goals that stick? Step 1. Dream big, then get specific. Want freedom? Define it. Maybe it's $100,000 a year or working remotely from Noosa. Step 2. Break it down. If your goal's a management role in 5 years, what do you need? A cert, experience, a mentor? Map it out. Step 3. Set milestones. Aim for one small win every 6 months, like completing a course or landing a project. Step 4. Review yearly. Life changes, so should your plan. Check in each Australia Day to tweak your goals. Challenge. Write down one career goal for the next 3 years. Be bold. Maybe it's starting a business or going part-time to study. Share it in the comments. Habits of career champions. Now let's talk habits, the secret sauce of long-term success. The most successful Aussies aren't just lucky, they're disciplined. Like a surfer who hits the waves every dawn, rain or shine. Take Lisa. After landing her consulting gig, she made a habit of saving 10% of every paycheck for a travel fund and spending 1 hour a week learning about HR tech trends. That discipline turned her part-time dream into a $50,000 a year side career, funding her Nullarbor adventure. Here are 4 habits to steal. Habit 1. Lifelong learning. Commit to one new skill a year, even if it's a free YouTube course on Excel. Habit 2. Delayed gratification. Skip that extra latte and invest in a course or tool that boosts your career. Habit 3. Regular networking. Catch up with FI. One industry contact a month, could be a quick beer or a LinkedIn message. Habit 4. Self-reflection. Journal monthly about what's working and what's not. It's like a mental tune-up, a story to drive it home. Meet Jake, a 35-year-old barista from Melbourne. He was stuck in dead-end cafe jobs, barely covering rent. But Jake started small, learned graphic design through a $200 Udemy course, networked at local creative meetups, and built a freelance portfolio. 5 years later, he's running a design business, pulling in $80,000 a year, and still has time for Sunday Arvo footy. His secret? Consistency. He treated his career like a test match, steady, strategic, and built for the long haul. Challenge. Pick one habit from the list above. Try it for a week, say 10 minutes of learning daily, and tell us in the comments how it went. Future-focused mindset. Let's wrap this with a mindset shift. Your career's like a boomerang. Throw it with purpose, and it'll come back. With rewards. That means embracing change, not fearing it. Automation might shake up retail, but it's creating jobs in robotics. Green energy's disrupting trades, but it's opening roles in windtech. The key is to see change as a mate, not a mongrel. Here's how to stay future-ready. Step 1. Embrace tech. Learn the basics of tools like AI or data analytics. Free courses on Coursera can get you started. Step 2. Think global, remote. Work's booming, so explore gigs with international firms via platforms like Upwork. Step 3. Plan for flexibility. Build a career that lets you pivot. Part-time, freelance, or contract work can be your safety net. One last challenge. Imagine your dream career 5 years from now. Write down one step you can take this month to get closer. Share it in the comments. We're almost at the finish line, but stick around. Next, we're tying it all together with a conclusion that'll light a fire under you and reveal the one mindset shift that turned Jake's career from flat to phenomenal. Comment. What's your biggest takeaway from this section? Let's keep the vibes high. We've just surfed through the wild waves of the Australian job market together. From the rip currents of competition and skills shortages to the sweet barrels of opportunity in booming industries like tech, healthcare, and trades, you've got a playbook to take charge. We've unpacked how to craft killer job applications, upskill like a pro, network without feeling like a fake, and even kick off a side hustle that could grow bigger than a Moreton Bay fig. We've talked long-term planning, building a career that's as sturdy as a ute in the outback, with goals, habits, and a mindset that embraces change like a cold beer on a scorcher. Now it's time to tie it all together and get you moving. Because this isn't just about landing a job, it's about building a life that lets you chuck a sickie for a surf at Bondi and not sweat the bills. Let's recap the big lessons with a bit of heart. First, you're not stuck. The job market's tough, sure, but it's like wrestling a roux. You don't need to be stronger, just smarter. Sarah, our Adelaide marketer, went from retail grind to a dream job by tailoring her applications and starting a side hustle. Tom, our Cairns Sparky, future-proofed his career with a TAFE course and project management skills, earning more and stressing less. Lisa, our Hobart HR pro, turned a coffee chat into a consulting gig that's funding her Nullarbor road trip. And Jake, our Melbourne barista-turned-designer, showed us that small, consistent steps, like a $200 course and a meetup, can transform your life. These aren't fairy tales. They're proof that you, yes you, can make this happen. Here's the deeper truth. Building a career is about freedom. Freedom to live where you want, maybe a beach shack on the Gold Coast or a flat in Melbourne's laneways. Freedom to spend weekends at the footy or a Barbie with mates, not chained to a desk to pay rent. Freedom to look at your bank account and know you're sorted whether you're 20, 40, or 60. That's what we're chasing here, and it starts with action, not just dreaming. Let's talk about the mindset shift that made Jake's story possible, the one we teased earlier. It's simple but game-changing. Stop waiting for permission. Jake didn't wait for a boss to hand him a design job. He learned, networked, and built his own path, brick by brick. Too many of us wait for the perfect job ad, the right moment, a fairy godmother with a corner office. But the job market rewards those who move, who treat every no as a not yet. That's your edge. Start today, even if it's messy, even if it's small. So here's your challenge, a 7-day sprint to kick things off. Pick one action from this video and make it happen by next week. Maybe it's tailoring a job application with keywords from an ad. Maybe it's signing up for a free course on Coursera or Udemy. Maybe it's messaging a mate in your industry for a yarn over a flat white. Or maybe it's brainstorming that side hustle, like selling custom surfboard art on Etsy. Whatever it is, commit to it. Write it down, set a reminder on your phone, and do it. To make it fun, share your plan in the comments. Tell us, what's your one step toward career freedom? Not only will it keep you accountable, but you'll inspire others. Watching this video, let's paint a picture of what's possible. Imagine a year from now. You're waking up stoked for work, not dreading it. Maybe you're in a new role, pulling in enough to cover rent and still hit the pub on Fridays. Maybe your side hustle's paying for a holiday to Tassie or a new set of golf clubs. Maybe you're just sleeping better, knowing your skills are sharp and your career's on track. That's not a pipe dream. It's what happens when you take these steps and run with them. Your career's like a boomerang. Throw it with purpose, and it'll come back with rewards. But you've got to throw it. So, here's the call to action. Don't let this video be just another tab you close. Be the Sarah, Tom, Lisa, or Jake who says, "I'm doing this." Comment below with your 7-day challenge. What's the one step you're taking? Hit that like button if this video fired you up, and subscribe to join the crew chasing career freedom. Share this with a mate who's stuck in a job rut. They'll thank you over a beer later. One last thought, as poetic as a sunset over Uluru. Your journey in the job market is like navigating the Great Ocean Road. There'll be twists, turns, and the odd pothole, but keep driving, and you'll find views that take your breath away. You've got the map now. Go make it happen. Comment, what's your first step toward career freedom? Like, subscribe, and share to spread the word. Let's build a movement of Aussies taking charge of their futures.